What is up, big doggies? Tonight's match is a Nexus division match between Team Running Wild versus the Wild Squad. This is week 4 of NGS season 12. And the current standings in Nexus is we have Running Wild in 8th place and the Wild Squad in 12th place, with 3 points with the Running Wild team and 1 point with the Wild Squad. Should be a good match. Notably, on the Wild Squad, Goon, who is the coach for Wildheart, Omega, who is the Storm Division team, is playing on the Wild Squad. And a couple notable names coming over from Running Wild. Noted Twitch streamer Kairu is on Running Wild. Should be good game tonight. I've seen both these teams play in other matches so far for the season. Our first map we're going to tonight is Cursed Hollow. Running Wild has won the coin flip and has opted to go first pick, with the map choice on the side of the Wild Squad. So they might have some interesting strats in mind, with Goon as most likely the strategist, the coach for the team. Noted map Cursed Hollow is typically where newer players are put in to learn the game for the first 30 or so levels. So all these players have played this map a few times in their HOTS career. We're going to start this match as soon as I get the thumbs up and ready to go from everybody else. But in the meantime, please enjoy the chill music as we get the thumbs up from these teams. I do appreciate the follow, Judge Judy Slayer. Big fan of your work on the in the midday afternoon TV channels. All right, we have one team ready to go, waiting for the thumbs up for Running Wild. Most likely they're going over bands they want to look at and or comps they want to run on this map here. Schizophrenic shouting out Running Wild. We have an AFK on the Running Wild side. We are still waiting for one of the members of Running Wild to get back to their desk. Well, let's go over these bands tonight. The Wild Squad banned out D-Shire and Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Running Wild banned out Alterac and Infernal Shrines. So those maps are off the table. And the Wild Squad chose to take us to Cursed Hollow for their map choice, with first pick going over to the Running Wild side. Got a couple bio breaks, so I'll let you guys chill to the lo-fi beats as we wait to get in this game. Okay, we got the ready to go from Running Wild, and waiting on the Wild Squad to get this jumping. Yep. We got BB Brown Balla in the chat shouting out, I'm assuming, Wild Squad. About to jump into this draft, get these games going. All right. First pick, first band, heading over to Running Wild. And they're opting to take out the Stukov as their first band. Strong healer. Probably one of the top healers in the game right now in the current meta. Let's see if the Wild Squad decides to take out the Nazebo as their first pick. As their first band, I'm sorry. Opting to take out Sylvanas. Good choice. Second band phase. Stitches goes away. So we will not see any monster hooks at level 20 to finish the game from either team, unfortunately. And second ban from the Wild Squad is Greymane. Most likely a ban to get rid of a hero that the other team has been playing quite a bit.
Let's fly.
We have first hero C10 is picking up Falstad. Fantastic zooming around the map, good macro control. Grab camps, soak XP, and then get to your team when they need it. First 2 picks heading over to the Wild Squad. We do have Brightwing still up. Goon decides to pick up Brightwing, and a great hero with Junkrat. So two really strong picks here. Junkrat with zoning potential, and Brightwing with the ability to soak XP and Z onto a target to get that target healed back up.
For the frozen throne.
Getting more macro control, picking up the Dahaka. And great meta pick on full-on grits to grab the Nubarak. Great engage possibilities. We're starting to see a draft put together for running wild. Next ban phase, heading over to the Wild Squad. Let's see if they take out the Lucio here, or looking for another healer to get rid of. And they opt to get rid of the Anduin. So pools are not going to be available for running wild if a player gets in trouble here. And last ban phase for the match. We got the running wild. Let's see if they target out a DPS or an offlane or a tank here. Taking out the Malthael. Not exactly sure who is the offlane player for the Wild Squad, but they are worried about their Malthael. Next 2 picks heading over to the Wild Squad. They still need a tank, an offlane, and another DPSer.
Anyone order a one-man wrecking crew?
Going Raynor and Gazlo. Raynor for strong macro control to get camps early, and Gazlo for just setting up turrets and looking for those big gravel bombs. Letting D-Rec flex into the tank choice for his last choice. And last 2 picks coming out from running wild. We need a healer, and we probably need a mage. Let's see what they go here.
The wait is over.
We see Cassie jump out from Kairu, and Deckard Kane, with his recent buffs, he's getting more action in the NGS in week 4, week 3. Strong potential to get big roots on his little triangle ability and slows from his Herodric Cube. So D-Rec has a couple options here.
Our world is worth fighting
And he is
for.
optioning to go with the May pick here. Okay. Well, looking at these drafts, I do like the running wild draft a little bit more than the Wild Squad. I think they're pretty equal in power, but when it comes down to the point that we've got both a Dahaka and a Falstad to kind of zone around the map, it should be interesting to see what this team does in terms of macro control. But they do have Raynor to get those maps those mercs pretty quick, plus a Junkrat to zone out any shenanigans these teams decide to put on. But if you are in chat, shout out your team. I know these teams enjoy to go back and watch these VODs, and I know that they will enjoy seeing you guys pumping their teams up as this game goes on. But good luck. We're jumping into the start of game 1, best of 3. Running Wild versus the Wild Squad. And on the left-hand side, we have Kairu on Cassia, Mr. Executive on Deckard Kane, C10 on Falstad, Full on Grits on Uberak, and Elixia on Dahaka. And on the red team, the Wild Squad is Alicia Wins on the Raynor, D-Rec on May, Goon on Brightwing, Jazzaline on the Junkrat, and Vixen Noir on my favorite skin for Gazlo, the paper bag Gazlo. That's how I attract the ladies. I put a paper bag over my head.
2, 1.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Both teams are opting to go straight mid. We do have the ability for Dahaka to burrow into any lane. We do see May go off to grab this vision camp. And Falstad scouting down here. Roderick Cube, root combination does land on two members. Kairu with the big Jutta, and Goon's in trouble here. And this is a 1-for-1 kill. They're trading out a Cassia for a Brightwing. C10 here might be in trouble though. He's down to about 5% health. We do have Dahaka and Gazo bottom lane here. And we see Falstad starting this hard camp relatively early with the first objective spawning top. I would rather have seen C10 start the easy camp top, so the mid camp is pushing mid during the objective phase. But we do see Goon and Alicia start the hard camp here, and most likely rotate down to grab their easy camp. You see May and Nubarak talk about their feelings with D-Rec. Pretty healthy, but full-on crits is about half health. Hard camp is grabbed for both teams, as they're going to crash into this middle wall. Root lands on Junkrat. Big Junkrat bomb to boop away the teams. Root just misses for Deckard Kane. We do see Mr. Executive port back to get some mana before this next objective phase. And I believe, no, that easy camp has not been taken care of just yet. We do see Falstad and Deckard Kane start to rotate to start this easy camp here. And Gasso starting the easy camp here. So both these waves will be pushing in during the objective.
Gather tribute and earn my favor.
I'm not sure about that Z for Goon. Not sure if it's a misclick. But the benefit with having Dahaka here is he can sit here for quite a while. Soak XP. Goon is going to rotate down to grab the XP. Objective spawning in 3 seconds. We do see a fight breaking out here. C10 is low. May jumps in and is able to secure the kill onto Falstad. So the Wild Spot does have numbers here. The 4v3. And I'm not sure if Dahaka is going to burrow up. I'm not sure if Goon's Z is actually up yet. The Anubrak burrow is able to get rid of the Junkrat trap. See Deckard Kane potions on the ground. And we do see Falstad back in this map, putting damage onto Goon. Boop onto Grits. He's pretty low. I'm not sure he's back in it. And Goon is back. And Goon is down. 1 kill for nothing so far. Root lands onto Falstad. I'm sorry. Root does not land on Falstad. Deckard Kane's on his team. And it looks like Running Wild is, if they want, they can secure this first objective here. We just see May back into this fight. Big Dahaka tongue onto Gazlo. We're back to a 5v5 for this first objective. With May and Raynor zoning out the Nubarak. Can they secure this kill? They do secure the kill on the Nubarak. With Goon starting to cap this objective. That went in the exact opposite direction I thought that first objective was going to go. That first early kill onto Brightwing, he was able to port back into the fight and get one of his players healed back up. Meanwhile, that bottom objective pushed that front wall for that fort pretty well. Level 7s are hit for both teams during that first objective phase. Nothing notable too much from what I can tell from these talents. Honestly trying to watch the game as they pick talents. But we do see Grits and Mr. Executive start this boss. A Deckard Cain and Nubarak are going to take about 13 months to finish that boss. But we do see Falstead rotate down here. And I'm not sure if the Wild Squad has sniffed this out, that they are on this bottom boss. Boss is about half health. We have Cassia top lane. And it looks like they're going to be able to secure this bottom boss, as they're going to trade a boss for an objective point. Goon is here, but he's not going to be able to defend this boss by himself. Number 2 objective is capped by the Wild Squad as they're starting this top boss. And we have Goon bottom lane to defend this bottom wall. Top boss is grabbed for the Wild Squad. And we have 4 members of Running Wild rotating top lane to defend this boss. Hyperion out from Raynor. And look at these ultimates from both these teams. We have the Junkrat pick up the Riptire. We see a Blink Heal from Brightwing, Ice Wall from Mei, and the Gravel Bomb from Gazlo. Goon is able to make sure this fort does not go down. Third objective is started. Dahaka is going to secure that first bottom fort. Aggressive burrow from Furlong Grits here. We see a burrow from Dahaka looking for something. We do have a siege camp marching top lane as Running Wild starts their hard camp bottom lane. We do see Mr. Executive getting pushed out here by Mei. And the hard camp is grabbed during that little skirmish. It's going to push into the mid lane as the top lane siege camp is pushing top. Icewall comes out, does land. Good gust from C10. You do see a big Z from Brightwing onto D-Rec. Big Gravel Bomb does land onto 3 members. Mr. Executive does go down from the Raynor kill, but they trade 1 for 1 with the counter kill onto Junkrat. This fight is wild. Does Junkrat drop? Oh, D-Rec, I feel like he could have had that. We do have this pushing lane mid and top. And Dahaka with 150 health. Do they secure this kill? They do secure the kill. Objective does go over to the Wild Squad. Can they kill Kairu? Polyana Kairu. Big Deckard Cain, root and sleep onto Alicia wins. She drops. Goon, does Goon die here? Yes. 2 kills for 1 with the objective phase pushing. And I'm not sure if that's what the Wild Squad wanted with this objective phase. And with those 2 boss camps grabbed, they were able to secure these 2 front walls, mid and top. We do see D-Rec top lane getting some macro pressure, pushing lanes back in. As Mr. Executive and Dahaka burrowed top. I'm not going to call it a wasted objective phase, but not exactly what they wanted out of it.
And so the curse ends. Perhaps now you realize its value, yes?
We see a flank here onto D-Rack. We see Falstad zooming in. But he's been able to get away pretty easily. We do see the hard camp secured from the Wild Squad pushing mid. As Junkrat ports back to get some mana and health. And Running Wild is starting their easy camp. So we do see all 5 members of the Wild Squad mid lane pushing with this hard camp. As Zerg puts the pressure onto this mid fort. And with the Haka bottom, Hyperion comes out to secure this mid fort. Root just misses. We see a gust here from Falstad. Hits 3 members. Sleep doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Cassie of Valkyrie does miss. We see a Z onto the Gazlo. That does land. Big freeze onto Dahaka. Does he drop? And they're able to secure the kill onto a tanky Dahaka. Fantastic flank from May, but unable to secure the gravel bomb from Gazlo. Riptire onto Kairu. She's getting lower and lower and lower. Fen comes out. 1-for-1 trade there for Brightwing for a Cassia. So right now it's 2-for-1 in that little skirmish. As we see 4 members of the Wild Squad rotate to look at this top boss. As Mr. Executive, Anubarak, and Falstad potentially are going to look at this bottom boss, and they're going to start it. Gazlo's taking care of his siege camp top to make sure it doesn't do too much more damage to this top fort. With this next objective spawning top, with this top and middle boss spawning, this should be a pretty easy capture for the Wild Squad. This will be the 4th objective phase, going over in the advantage of the Wild Squad, as Running Wild decides to start their hard camp and let that boss push bottom. We do see all members of the Wild Squad support this boss push. So I'm not sure if they're deciding to pour back. Hyperion does come out from Raynor. This front wall keep is an afterthought. Much like my first 2 marriages. Hyperion does land and does some damage onto the keep, as the boss does about half health to this top keep. We do see all members of the Wild Squad port back to defend this bottom keep, as the 2nd objective phase is spawning in 20-something seconds. We do see a hard camp pushing mid here. We see Goon and Jazleen looking to defend it, as Mr. Executive looking for an aggressive root combination, perhaps sleep. That root does miss, and we see all 4 members of Running Wild here mid. Good boop onto Anubarak. Polyvault follow up from Goon. And the root is going to land onto Junkrat. And I would like to see May get the hell out of there, as I do have numbers advantage on D-Rec. Big burrow into Jazleen, sleep. I feel like May put D-Rec. I feel like May put Jazleen in the back position to come up there. Good tongue onto May. Unstoppable does come out with potions. Big gust does land, but the gravel bam does land on 2 members. Counter kill onto C10. Does Goon get away? Big fence from Cassia. Alicia Wins is in trouble. She's body blocked. 2-for-1 with the objective phase being grabbed from Dahaka. Big fight here. We do see 2 catapults putting some damage into this bottom keep. Couple extensions from May that probably shouldn't have occurred, that put his team under pressure.
gather tribute or face my curse? The choice is simple.
Next objective is spawning in on the side of the Wild Squad, but with no fort or towers here or fountain. It's less of an advantage than it typically would be. And we do see all members start to make their way down to this next objective phase, as Gazlo puts down a turret and Junkrat's putting down some traps. Big Dahaka burrow. Not sure if he was expecting the May there. The trap does land, but was he able to get a burrow out? And we just see a Decker's Sleep lands on a one member. Big science onto Gazlo. Driving Z onto... Oh, huge gravel bomb does land. Secure the kill onto Dahaka. It's a 5v4 here. Big Junkrat Riptire comes out, and we're going to see Goon and company secure the second objective as we see this siege camp pushing bottom. And with the 4v5, we're most likely going to see Wild Squad push into this lane. Hyperion comes out from Raynor. And with the Haka down for 30 more seconds, they do have a numbers advantage. We do see Falstad rotating mid or looking for some sort of flank gust. Big boop from Junkrat. Securing the kill onto Deckard Kane. Keep at about half health. Ooh, big ice wall. But D-Rec is unable to survive the overextension. But counter kill onto Cassie. A big gravel bomb does land onto Grits. And full on Grits is full on dead. Huge Falstad gust. Three members down for running wild. Looks like it's a core call from Goon and company. And with Raynor still up, they're going to be able to put some good damage into this core. Uh-oh. We just do grab on a Jazleen. She does go down. And we do see a Z onto Alicia Wins. Core's at 55% and dropping. Core 26%. 17%. Big sleep from Deckard Kane. Can they defend the score? Big gravel ball comes out. 1%. 0%. Let's go, boys. Game one does go over to the Wild Squad, and that was a wild game one. Wow. Okay. Let's look at these numbers. Exciting game one. 12 kills to 12. So, you know, no team is like 20-0, which happens to me quite often. We do see Raynor leading the charge in damage at 54,000. Not typical for a Raynor. And Gazlo leading in siege damage. And Falstad leading in both siege and heroic damage. But yeah, really good game one. Came down to just, you know, a core call with all members dead for the most part on the Wild Squad. But game one does go over. We still have more games. Shout out your boys. Shout out your girls. We're going to go to intermission. I'm going to pop in some beats so we can enjoy these good vibes. Let's look at talents real quick. Nothing really kind of crazy pops out. We do see the Mago acclamation. It's a little different there. And perfect gems coming out from Deckard Kane. Most likely to lower the cooldown for her Roger Cube. And the Trader King from Manubarak. Don't see that one too often. Typically we see the rewind come out. But let's jump into this intermission screen, update some numbers here, and let these teams catch their breath. Second map is up. We are going to Battlefield of Eternity. This will be the map choice of the Wild Squad. First pick is going back over to Running Wild. Question is, can the Wild Squad secure a domination here with game 2? So we do have all members in the lobby. Let's let these guys know that I'm ready. Really fun game 1. I know that Running Wild is looking for some revenge here. Interested to find out who made that core call. We do have Rays coming out from the Wild Squad waiting for... Here we go. All right, boys. Game 2. Shout out your team so they know you're here watching them. First band heading over to Running Wild. Stukov ban again. And we do see the Sylvanas being taken out one more time. Li Ming ban here. Changing up just a little bit for this second map. Same bands coming out from the Wild Squad, taking out both the Sylvanas and the Greymane. First pick going over to Running Wild. And Mr. Executive says, I want the Fairy Dragon. It's my turn. 2-3 pick. Junkrat is still up, as well as Nazebo. I'm not sure how Nazebo would do in this map since it's only a 2-lane map and unable to stack, but with the PvP upgrades they made to the hero, could still be a strong choice going the Spider build. But let's see what Goon and company have in mind here. Ooh. Tyrande. Goon's opting to lower the armor of the Immortal with Raynor being picked up from Jazling this time. Wonder if Jazleen and Alicia are going to swap.
My blades.
We just see Elixia pick up Sonya and Ritz going back onto a Nubarak. Let's hope we can convince him to go a different build on that level 20 to go back and re-engage. Third band coming out from the Wild Squad. Is Cassia. They did not like the Cassia in game 1, opting to get rid of that hero. And last band phase coming out from Running Wild is tank? DPS? Offlane? They're opting to get rid of D-Rex May. I'm not sure if D-Rex is a noted May player, but they did not like the May action that occurred in game 1. They let D-Rex flex pick his tank last game. Let's see if Alicia wins and Vixen Noir. Oh, we're seeing Murden go in. And I wonder if he's going to go the hammer build to burn that Immortal much faster, most likely with the Raynor and Malthael. They're going to go pure burn here on the Immortal phase. I like it. As the Running Wild side is looking more and more like a team fight comp. Kairu and C10. What DPS options do they have left on their roster, on their choices?
I serve.
All right, we have Kairu pick up the Vala, and Zeratul will be picked up by C10. Last pick from Alicia wins. We'd like to see a mage of some sort, but they are opting to just go pure burn here.
I will fight to my last.
Hello. All right. Okay, so we got some options here, boys. We could see a offlane Rhaegar, but we do have Malthael here. So they're going double support Bloodlust on this Immortal phase, going pure burn with the option to go team fight here. But with the Vala Nubrak, they're going pure team fight. So does burn on the Immortal win, or does team fight on the side of Running Wild win? It'll be interesting to see who kind of gets this game going here. Game number 2, best of 3. Shout these teams out again. Let them know you're here, you care. But let's have a good game 2. Game 1 was no letdown. Interested to see what these level 1 talent choices are. It's going to kind of give us a hint onto what they're going to do here. And on the blue team, we have Kairu and Vala, C10 onto Zeratul, Lixia on Sonya, Mr. Executive and Brightwing, and full-on grits back on Anubarak. We do see D-Rek on Muradin, Goon onto Tyrande, Alicia wins on Rhaegar, Jaslyn on Raynor, and Vixen Noir on Malthael. And we do see Muradin holding his level 1. Nope, he does go the perfect storm. And we do see True Shot Aura coming out from Tyrande. Exterminator from Raynor. So yeah, they're going pure burn here. We do see a rotation mid lane from Running Wild. Perhaps looking for this Malthael. Malthael is hugging the wall, waiting to see what happens here. Stun onto D-Rag. Good Q from Jaslyn. And Murder might be in trouble here. Can C10 secure the kill? Ooh. First Blood does go over to the side of Running Wild as they take out from Muradin. He was getting a little cheeky, maybe overextending a little bit without his team. Oh, pause is coming out. All right, well, Kairu is lagging. Let's give her a second to pick it up. I believe I have the I'm the referee, so I have to unpause it. Do you have Majesty calling out the VP on the Immortal to stop the burn? So Twitch chat, if you are look at these talents, these teams, these comps, do you guys have a preference on which comp's going to win? The blue side or the red side? Try to jump back in. I'm not sure how long this lag is going to last for Kairu. Bob calling for the Wild Squad 2-0 easy GG go next. And Majesty saying red if short game, blue if it goes late. All right. All right. We have readies coming out from Kairu. All right, and we're back. You see D-Rec Alicia wins. Look at this camp a little early as the big stun from Tyrande lands on the Vala. Crazy effect here. Look at that. That's crazy. Huge Tyrande stun to take out the Vala really early as the Murden jumped in. Helped secure that kill. I'm not even sure if Vala recognized that. Camp is grabbed. You see rotation top lane from C. Nope. Zeratul is coming back bottom lane. As Tyrande's going to scout with an owl. See what's happening top. Polio to Jazzlane. See two members of the Wild Squad start to rotate here top lane. Burrow misses from Brits. Stun land on Alicia wins. You see a big fight here breaking out top lane over this camp. We have 3 members of the Wild Squad here versus 3 members of Running Wild. Alexia is getting pretty low here. Who lives? Sonya drops, but Goon does go down. It's 1 for 1 so far. As we see both teams start their hard camp, Zeratul down to port back to get some health and mana. And Kairu, does she get killed by the camp? No. But this camp will get reset, unfortunately, for Team Running Wild. And so we do see the Murden opt into the Sledgehammer build, which is going to let his Stormbolts do 350% more damage to non-heroic targets. What that means is his Stormbolts are going to hit like a truck. Tyrande's going to lower the armor of this Immortal. And we are already into the into the mid phase. Oh yeah, the burn is it's pretty good here for the Wild Squad. Fixing the war a little deep here. Tyrande stun does land onto Sonya. Elixia is getting pretty low here. And I believe at level 10, if Fixing the war does go last rites, a lot of secured kills are going to happen on whoever the stun target is here. Immortal at about 20% health and dropping quickly, 5%. Looks like this first Immortal phase is going to go over to the advantage of the Wild Squad. Big stun onto Goon. Good Q from Raynor, but does D-Rec get out? He has his jump up. So first objective phase is secured for the Wild Squad, but we're going to see this this hard camp pushing bottom lane in the advantage of running Wild. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a free clear, but it's not going to be what they're looking for. D-Rec is getting pretty low here. Murden goes down. Not what you want if your boss is pushing bottom lane. And this boss is going to get 2 of the towers. Not what they wanted here from the Wild Squad. We do see 4 members of Wild Squad bottom lane with 2 members of the Running Wild bottom. We do see Zeratul and Valis coming back down here. As this siege camp is started a little early, and they are able to secure the kill. No! Full on Grit does burrow in. Kairo's in there. Big stun land from Tyrande. Goon is getting pretty low here. Kill onto Anub'arak, but counter kill onto Tyrande. T10 is getting low. 2 for 1. Big jump into Kairo. 3 members down. Mr. Executive is still a CEO. 3 for 1 here. Trey with the siege camp going over to the Wild Squad as D-Rec starts to push damage here onto this fountain. And that sledgehammer build let them take out a shielded fountain with one Q from Murden. Now we do see 2 members here from the Wild Squad top lane with Tyrande and Malthael here. Level 9s are on board for the Wild Squad. Slight XP advantage going over to Team Red. Big fight breaking out top lane. You see a big Z from Mr. Executive. Does Goon drop? No. Yes, the kill is secured by Zeratul onto Goon. And Vixen Noir does get destroyed here. 2 for 0 here. Right before the objective phase is popping. Not what they wanted. Stun onto D-Rec. Jumps out. Don't want to stagger here if you're the red team. And burn is started from the blue team onto the red Immortal. We're going to see Murden come down here and put some sledgehammers in. But halftime is going over to the advantage of Running Wild. Level 10s are online for Running Wild. Not just yet for the Wild Squad. Looks like Running Wild Squad and Running Wild, their op uses burn the Immortals down. It should go over to the advantage of Running Wild. But they were able to get half the health in and start the hard camp here. Now, Running Wild does see that they're on this hard camp, but they're not going to engage here just yet. We see the Immortal phase spawning top lane. With all of the R's ready. Ooh, good blink to get away from the Murden Q. Big Bloodlust is spawned from Rhaegar. Secures the kill to Zeratul. Stun onto Anub'arak. Full on Grits is getting pretty low. And with 2 members down from Running Wild, this objective is not going to get what they wanted. We do see Sonya bottom lane getting some XP.
Thus ends my assault.
We're going to see Hyperion come here top lane. Yep, Hyperion is dropped by Raynor to get this some damage onto this top fort. D-Rec and company are going to try to secure this top fort here. Top fort is going to be at 50% health. Hard camp is grabbed for the blue side. We do see 2 members of Running Wild here. Bottom lane with Zeratul and Sonya. We do see a pretty aggressive rotation top lane. Look at the Malthael. But Zeratul, Vala, and Brightwing not showing just yet. The red team does have a numbers advantage here if they can catch this. Al does come out to land onto Brightwing. You see D-Rec and company start to make their way top lane. The other Nipper here is zoned out. Z does land, but the health cut. Oh, big! Last Rise does land onto Nubarak. Big fight coming out. We have Bloodlust, but counterkill on this run again. Jazzlane is going to go down from Zeratul. Can they get the counterkill onto Zeratul? No, he's going to blink away. The 2-for-1 at the moment. Vixen Noir is looking for some damage here. And they're able to secure the kill into Malthael. Might have stuck around longer than she should have. Third phase is going to get started from Running Wild. With Malthael down for another 16 seconds. Should be a pretty early mid phase here.
It is time for a change in strategy.
These Immortal health are pretty even here. Big lead from Sonya here. Cocoon out to Jazzlane. And with 185 health left on the blue Immortal, this Immortal is going bottom lane. Big jump here from D-Rec, gonna get a Q onto Sonya. Bloodlust is spawned. They're looking for a fight. Alicia Wins does go down. Ball of stun does land. Goon drops 2 for 0 so far. Vixen Noir might be sticking around a little bit too long. She drops 3 for nothing. As this Immortal is marching bottom lane, could be an easy keep here. I'm not sure if that Bloodlust call was the right one, as 3 members of the Wild Squad go down for it as the fight broke out. Hyperion comes out from the Rainer. Immortal is taken care of. Level 16s are online for Running Wild.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
And the top fort is taken as well. Both forts down. Both forts are down for the Wild Squad. Level 16 is coming out. We do see Manticore coming out from Vala. And Warp Blade from Zeratul. And Debilitation coming out from Nubarak. A little bit of a different build here coming out from Nubarak. Hard camp is started and grabbed from Running Wild. Wild Squad's camp is still ready to go. We do see the blue team starting the easy camp bottom lane. And Goon is going to scout with an owl to see what happens here. As the blue team's going to push bottom lane with both a hard camp and an easy camp support. Looking to steal perhaps this hard camp on the Wild Squad side. No, they're going to think of it. Think seconds. But no, they're going to push bottom lane, looking at this keep. All the R's are online for both teams. Immortal spawning in about 1 second. We do see the blue side opt to just burn Immortal down as much as they can. D-Rec is in deep. Gonna chase off Running Wild, putting some good damage on the Grits. And leading in damage, we have Vol with about 40,000 damage here. Big damage. Cocoon does land on a Rainer. Last Right's unable to secure the kill. Big Bloodlust lands, but oof. 1 for 0 so far. Mr. Executive, he goes go down. They're looking for a third kill. They're getting thirsty here, boys. We have 2 for 0 as the Wild Squad start to burn this Immortal. That Bloodlust did able to turn it around for the Wild Squad. We go into the mid phase here with 2 members down for Running Wild, and this should be a pretty easy Immortal. Hopefully they can capitalize it and not lose any members for this next objective phase. See D-Rec here, bottom lane, making sure that their team goes down. I think he would have gotten more value just putting Qs into the boss. See stun here onto Sonya. Ball does land her stun. C10's looking for a cheeky kill here onto Vixen Noir. As the red Immortal is spawning bottom. Pretty healthy Immortal. And this bottom 4 most likely does go down. You see a fight here breaking out between Zeratul and Vixen Noir. Kill is secured for Zeratul. Bottom 4 does go down for the Wild Squad, but they did lose Malthael in the meantime, with Zeratul 1v1ing the Malthael.
The demon's attack has failed, yet we have not seen the end of him.
Hard Cramp is grabbed from the Wild Squad as Zeratul and company start this top camp. And level 20 should come online first for Running Wild. Big power spikes for Zeratul at 20 and 13. Stun onto Nubrak. Huge stun from Tyrande, and that is a dead bug. Bloodlust is called. Stun into Brightwing. Stun again from Tyrande. 2 for 0 so far. We see an aggressive bite from Rhaegar. And does Kyrou live? Kyrou goes down. It's 3 for nothing. They're looking at this top 4 and saying, we can get this keep, boys. Quick 3 kills for the Wild Squad. C10 being extremely annoying as objectives is spawning in 15 seconds. Looks like the Wild Squad is going to take their advantage, clear out this top lane, and start the objective burn. They're not going to push that top keep in, even though they do have 3 members down for the next 15 or so seconds. But this boss should go down pretty quickly with the burn they do have online. Level 20s are secured for Running Wild. We're already in this mid phase with 7 seconds left for Vala to pop back up. We do see Vala opting into Acrobat at level 20. Ignore Pain from Sonya, Shadow Strike from Zeratul, Invisible Friends from Brightwing, and Traitor King once more from Anubarak. And with a pretty healthy Immortal here, the Wild Squad is able to secure a Wild Immortal as it pushes bottom lane into a blue hard camp. We have his Invisible Friends here. The Q does miss on Nubrak. Burrow does land. Big Sonya to leap. Bloodlust comes out from the Wild Squad. Sonya spin to win. Stun does land on 2 members. Huge Toronto stun. 2 members go down. Kairu, is she able to get away? She's able to get away. But kill does go on to Toronto. It's 2 for 1 so far. C10 is, at the moment, keeping his team into this game. But we do have a fairly healthy Immortal pushing bottom lane. This keep, again, is going to go down. D-Rec is pretty low. With 2 members down for Running Wild, are they opting to do a core call here? D-Rec is jumping in. Q misses. Stun does land for 2 members for Navala. And huge Zeratul damage. Looking at huge Sonya lead. Secures the kill into Muradin, but counter kill into Sonya. Alicia wins, is up, and with 4 members down for Running Wild, this looks like GG, boys. And that's a 2-0 domination going over to the Wild squad. So yeah, I guess they're able to secure the names for Wild for the time being. But really good game 1, game 2. Let's look at these numbers. We have Kyra leading damage at 71,000 and Malthael leading damage at about 45,000 damage and 80,000 in Siege, with Sonya leading the pack at 66,000 or 67,000 in Siege damage. 16 kills, 17. Another close game. Another close game. Really exciting game. 1s and 2s. Let's pop in and see if we can get a interview with the captain. I think it's Jasleen. Let me ask her. But yeah, really good game 1, game 2 coming out from the Wild Squad. Let's jump into this NGS lobby. Let's see here.
Hello.
Hey, how the tables have turned. Now I'm doing the interview questions here, and you have to
Yeah, a little
answer
different this time.
these questions. So we have the Battle of the Wilds tonight.
Yeah.
And there was a couple. I want to go back to the team, right? The Wild Squad. Obviously, it's a play on Wild Heart and their whole branding. But how did this team come together for season 12 of NGS?
Wait. It's not just a play on Wild Heart. It's also a play on Girls Gang Squad.
Oh!
In fact, the logo of our team is wolves done in the GGS colors.
See, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. But how
Yeah,
did this team come together?
So like back when Nexomania was going on in the spring, I was kind of like, I've casted a lot. I've always played a ton of HOTS and stuff, but I've never actually played an NGS. So I started putting feelers out for putting a team together, and some of these people were on that team. Actually, it was only Goon. Goon and D-Rec played a little bit in our Nexomania. D-Rec came in a little bit later to like sub out for other people because it just became a mess on the night we chose. But after that, Goon and I were like, yeah, we'll do an NGS team after that. And we kind of just filled out our team that way. We knew D-Rec was going to be cool with tanking. I know Alicia had always wanted to play on an NGS team, but just didn't have anyone to play with or wasn't invited anytime. So I wanted to make sure I got her in there. And then Vixen, Goon and I were doing the free agent combine. We were casting together and we were casting Vixen's game. And she was just landing these insane gravel bombs. And I was like, whispered Goon, I'm like, do you want to pick her up as our 5th? Because we're looking for an offlaner still. And he's like, yeah, this is good. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, there's a lack of offlane players to pick from for some reason. But yeah, well, really good game 1s and 2s. I want to go back to game 1 on that last core call. Who decided to just push the core? Because I think you might have just eked it out with 1 member alive or even dead.
Yeah. We were all in at that point.
You guys were all in. Who said, just go core, just finish the core?
I think it's Goon. I think it was Goon saying, just hit the core, and we're all just like, okay.
Yes.
And we just all in for it. So.
Huge blink heal from Brightwing onto Alicia to keep Raynor up so she can keep pumping out damage, and huge Gravo bomb coming out from Vixen to just kind of stay alive
Stay
for
alive, get
a
those
little bit
last few
longer.
percent. I know. I was clenching a little bit. I was worried, but she pulled it off. So
Yeah, it was a really, really close game one, really entertaining. And we go to game two, and we're going to BOE. You guys have picked both maps.
Mhm.
And you guys are kind of, it was pretty close through most of the map, but you guys hit level 10s, and we saw the Bloodlust come out. We saw the huge Toronto stuns come out, and Direct landed some huge Qs. But yeah, I mean, everyone pushed R at the exact same time to get a kill on somebody, whether it's Nubarak or Brightwing or
Mhm.
Vala. Who put that comp together with double support, with Tyrande armor reduction, with stuns, and just burn? Was that a comp you guys have in mind for this map, or was this put together in draft?
This is a comp from Goon and probably a little bit of Alicia too. They're running it in quick match and having fun playing Tyrande Rhaegar together. So,
Okay.
we have Alicia plays like she plays assassin and healers and stuff. So we've kind of been talking about double support, and tonight was kind of bringing it out. We've done it before though. We've done double support in other comps. Just this is the first time with the Bloodlust. So.
Well, hyper aggressive to just burn the boss and also turn it
Mhm.
onto players. But really,
Mhm.
really fun game ones and games twos. I'll let you turn it over to you to shout out anyone in Twitch or anyone that you want to learn more about.
Shout out to Twitch chat, but big shout out to Goon in particular because he showed up super prepared for this week's match and like had an idea of what maps we wanted to run, how we wanted to play the game. He came in and said, "Okay, we're playing like he picked Cursed and he's like, we're gonna go a pokey comp and kind of like split them in the team fights and just like poke and then push and poke and then push." And then that's kind of how it worked out. And then we went to game two, and that's when they were talking about running their Tyrande Rhaegar that they've been playing in QM. So kind of a big carry tonight for Goon because of the calls and just the research he did into our opponents tonight. So
Yeah, he hit a huge stun onto Vala at like minute one, and we saw Direct jump in to secure the kill. So big Goon stuns from Tyrande, from Goon. But fantastic game one and game two. Looking forward to watching some of more of your matches, maybe casting them. But
yeah.
good job tonight.
Thank you.
Hey, GG's.
GG's. Bye.
Well, boys, we are able to do it again. Lower the expectations of all NGS casters forever. I'm Danny. If you enjoyed the cast, please hit the follow. I basically just do NGS stuff here. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and good games to both teams.